Today we're going to talk about surcharges, pros and cons. There is a pro to surcharges just like there are to raising prices. If you raise prices, mathematically, you're going to make more money. And of course, profit is very important to the company and you have to make more money. Now, so we know that if we apply, let's say, a fuel surcharge to a customer's bill, because let's say gas went up, although right now it's historically low, and that's good. But if it takes a spike, if something happens, let's say something happens in the Middle East and our gas goes from $1.80 up to $3, or let's double it, from $1.80 to $3.60. Then we're all tempted to put a fuel surcharge onto our bills. And it makes sense because it's something that your customers have seen and they're cognizant of, and they can see it in every time they fill up their car with gas. So they know that gas has gone up, and they know that you use gas in order to do their lawns, in order to service their properties. But if you look at your P&Ls in your company and you find out that overall your gas only amounts to about 8 or 9% of your total sales. So if that doubles from 8% to 16%, then you have an increase of 8% of your costs. That will come off your bottom line, and that is painful. But it is only 8%, and there are other places that you might be able to cut in order to make up for that 8%. So even though it doubles the cost of the gas, it doesn't double the costs in your company, because your greatest cost in your company is not gas, it's actually labor. And right now, the way the economy is, with the low unemployment rate, labor is what's killing us. So I would actually almost go for a labor surcharge onto your bill, telling people, hey, we're not getting our H-2B workers, we have to go out and we have to find labor that's out there, and it's very expensive. Nobody's working for minimum wage, and we need to actually pay a lot more in order to get your grass mowed. That could be a surcharge that goes. Now, the con to it that you have to think about on the other side is if you put in a lot of surcharges and you bill your customers, it creates disloyalty on the part of your customers. Think about it yourself. If your insurance company sends you a bill and says, hey, I'm sorry, it's an extra $13. If UPS adds something to their shipping costs onto your invoice, hey, I'm sorry, you have to pay this. And sometimes it's very small. Sometimes it's just a couple dollars or something. But what does that make you feel like when a company that you're spending hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars per month on, and they want to charge you an extra $10 or $15 because of some kind of surcharge? Well, I don't know what it does to you, but to me, it makes me feel like they're trying to nickel and dime me and kind of being chintzy about it. It's like, come on, guys, let's move through life. And everything isn't about dollars and cents. It's about agreements between you and the customer. You get the lawn done, and you're not going to charge more in the spring and less in the summertime. It's even, and you're going to run it over. So, in general, my recommendation would be don't put surcharges on things. Because what it's going to do is it's going to hurt the loyalty of your customers. But if you have to, and in the case of our company last year when we didn't get our H-2B workers and we had to go out and pay a lot more for our labor and things like that, then we did raise our rates. And when we raised our rates, we didn't really care if people dropped us, because we knew that we were only raising it on the ones that were paying us the least dollars per hour. And we needed to cull out our clientele because we needed to shrink the company. There was no way we could keep up with the lawns that we had in the previous year. So just think about the pros and cons of surcharges. One is, yes, you make more money, especially with something like fuel. It's obvious, it's public. People drive past the gas station all the time and they see the price of the fuel. So it's something that you could probably get away with. On the other hand, creating customer loyalty, creating a nice, even, boring business where everybody just keeps on going and keep on moving things in the right direction has a lot to be said for it. So sorry I didn't answer you yes or no, but I gave you some things to think about.